Hello everybody, today I'm going to be working on a couple of Tanuki videos. Tanuki, as I understand it, means little thief, little cheat in Japanese. In this case this is a hawthorn, which I've attached to a dead piece of wood which has been carved, I think, well I like to think, to look like an old dead trunk that's been struck by lightning and part of the tree has continued on alive. Very difficult to see because it's very overgrown at the moment, so we will cut this back a little bit so that hopefully you can see a bit better. I think I'm going to have to start at the top and work down, try and find the tree that's in here somewhere. I have let this tree grow well out of proportion, but it will make the tree nice and healthy. It does them good to grow wild every now and again. It allows them to sort of renew their energy reserves. Okay, so here we are at the beginning of this branch. Just cutting back as we always do to a leaf node that's pointing in the direction that we want the growth to actually grow in. And now I think I said this in the last video I made on this tree. What I'm hoping is that eventually this tree will grow into this trunk. What seems to have happened is that the tree has very evidently grown, especially if you look back at the other video, but the trunk has rotted away in almost direct proportion, so the tree still has not grown into this hollow trunk, which is definitely getting a bit squidgy in places. So I'm going to treat this with some lime sulphur, which will, I don't want to bleach it, but I do want to get the wood preserving qualities. In the meantime, let's continue on pruning the top part of this tree. My other idea for this tree was that eventually the structure that I'm growing the tree in will allow it to be a tree in its own right, if I removed this. And I like to think that I'm getting that at the moment. I think I could remove the one and it'd still be a reasonable looking tree. Not brilliant, it wouldn't win any shows, but it makes me happy, and that's what I believe bonsai is all about. I don't particularly have a competitive nature. You know, I was never into sports and things as a kid at school. Never chosen for a team. Always secretly glad of it because, well, there are better things to do than run after a ball for sport. Okay, so we turn around to the back here. And it's just a question of just trying to bring the tree back into proportion. This tree will probably go nuts after this period of growth, and then cutting back, it's probably explode into new buds all over the place, which would be nice. The beauty, of course, with deciduous trees is that you get that winter period when you can actually see the structure of the tree, and if there's any corrections to be made, you can do it then without all the leaves cluttering up. Not entirely true with hornbeam, because hornbeam will retain their leaves all brown and shriveled up just like a beech. But they are more easily removed than a beech. The buds aren't, in my experience, aren't as tender on a hawthorn as they are on a beech. And the dead dry leaves do protect the buds from frost, but it's less important, as I say, with the hornbeam, I think. Okay, so that's bringing it back into some semblance of discipline. As you can see, the dead trunk comes up the back and it kind of mirrors this branch here. Let me turn it around. Hopefully you can see the dead trunk. I'm not sure that's showing up too well on the video, but the dead portion of tree sweeps up behind this branch and sticks out the top. Thusly, let me see if I can get that a bit of a close up. There's the dead pointing upwards. So that's probably enough chopping back for now. I think you can see the top of the trunk there better. I'm not going to leaf prune this tree. Hawthorns don't really take to being leaf pruned as well as other species. So I'm now going to take my trusty bottle of lime sulphur and apply it to the trunk, and hopefully that'll preserve it for another couple of years. That's a very tedious process, which I won't inflict upon you. Stop causing mischief. Yes, run away from the camera. The only dog I've ever met who's camera shy. If I point the camera at him, he'll run away. But there you go. I love him to death, but he is a very odd dog at times. Okay, so let's move that to one side. I'm bringing this juniper, which I bought this little juniper for 50p a couple of years ago, and it was long and leggy in the nursery in a 6cm pot, and we found this piece of wood on Burnham Beach where I was out with the dog, and I decided to put the two together. Now, I can't remember the name of this juniper. It's something mint, or mint something. It's supposed to be a mint green. Problem is there are so many different types of mint, spearmint, peppermint, etc., that it's hard to really tell for sure if this is mint green. So what I've done, I don't know how well this is showing up, the tree actually wraps around and under and round and under this piece of wood. I did carve a channel into the wood, which the tree is now completely filled. It's held in place here at the top with a single strand of wire, which is just keeping that in place, and I'm just allowing the tree to grow and fully make contact with the wood. Let me turn it around to see if that helps. So you can see it goes under that curve in the dead wood, and there also you can just about see the channel that I carved. zoom in. Yeah, you can just see the channel, so it is filling in nicely. And I am going to just basically do some pinching back now, just to stop these from getting too leggy. So there's nothing precise about this whatsoever. I'll tell you one thing, this may be called mint and that may sound lovely, but it's quite a prickly variety of juniper. I'm going to be doing a video fairly soon on my saguaro cypress, which will involve some pinching back, and they are so much nicer to do the pinching on. I'm going to cut that back from my thumbnail. Now what this will do is, they're not known for back budding junipers, but it will stop it getting all the growth away from the trunk. I want to keep the growth in. This will then become a branch, that will become a branch, that probably won't. Right, I'm going to take that out right now. So then this piece will become a branch, and that will probably become the head. The head? What am I talking about? The head. This will be the apex. This will become some kind of back branch, and so on. So I'm just going to go over the tree and do that, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I've pinched it out quite a lot now, and I've very quickly wired this little branch here at the back, and it's maybe too low to keep. Probably is too low to keep, but I'm going to keep it on there for now. It will help thicken up the base of the trunk. I'm going to have to clean some of this moss out of here. As I say, this branch will then be wired down somewhat like so. And this one somewhat like so. And then I've got a choice here between these two branches, which I think we have one too many. And so I'm going to cut that off. And that I may treat as a gin, or I may cut off flush later. I haven't decided. Then this will become more of a back branch just there, and I have another branch which I may grow there for a bit of depth, and then this branch which will be, just move some of that inner growth. In that direction. I'm not going to wire it, I'm just going to leave them as they are for now. I may wire them in the winter time when the tree's not growing quite so quickly. I'm just going to let the tree recover from that pinching, and this is my front. This branch definitely needs to come down so as not to hide that point. Yes, that's it for my thinking on this tree for today. I must stop pinching now, because otherwise I'll have a bold tree. Anyway, thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves. Okay, so I changed my mind. I've got some wire, and I've wired each branch now, so they're in more or less their final positions. Assuming this to be the front of the tree, as you can see, it's still got a bit of room for it to grow into connection here. But yeah, so quick 360. A lot of work required on those pads to make into convincing branches, but a good start, I think, and that'll be enough for this tree for now. Give it a chance to go back on the bench and recover. Thank you for watching again. Take care of yourselves.